Hey everybody, welcome back to BigRedEDC. Well, you know what? We've got another monthly knife club box knife to check out. This is the WE Knife Smooth Sentinel. Now, really nice. I'm definitely digging this carbon fiber, that copper carbon fiber, titanium. We've even got some of the sort of brass accents. Now, I'm wondering why they didn't go with a more copper accent instead of the brass with that copper carbon fiber, you know? Tell me down in the comments. What do you think? Would it look better with the copper accents? I kind of think so. I don't mind the brass, but I just think with that copper carbon fiber, just go all black or copper accents. But anyway, fully open construction on this one. Fit and finish. I mean, it's on point. There's really no question. Centering looks dead centered. Fit and finish, we'll even go to this part right here, there, on that. The relief cut, and it's pretty good. The attention has been paid to it. Deep carry clip, reversible, so you can put it on any side, so that's very nice. It's a more ambidextrous style knife, and a little bit nicer knife as well. Like I said, fit and finish, on point, action. This is where it's kind of, I mean, it's very easy to fail. It is. I mean, but you've got a small blade, 20 CV. That's what we're looking at as far as a blade, CPM 20 CV. It's a small blade, so the detent isn't going to have to be very strong. I mean, if you just give it a nice flip, it's going to flip. There's no issue, but like I said, I mean, it can easily fail. It's not going to shake out. The detent is sufficient enough for the size and weight of the blade. It's a small blade, so the detent doesn't have to be very strong. But like I said, you give it a good flip, and there is absolutely no issue with it coming out. Now, like I said, we've got a coated 20 CV blade, sort of black wash, stone washed, flat ground. Now, we're going to look at that edge. It's just shy of 3 inches, about 2 7/8. I didn't do a short on this one with the cut test. Just didn't do one. But that first time I tried to cut 1/2 inch rope with it, it was about 50%. Right around 50%. Maybe a hair under, but pretty close. And, you know, to be perfectly honest with you, I didn't expect a lot more than that, because I mean, it's a smaller knife. I mean, we'll do our spec check, but I mean, we're talking, it's less than a 7-inch knife, maybe a 4-inch handle, and slightly less than a 3-inch blade. That cutting edge, like I said, is definitely under 3 inches. It's more about 2 3/4. Then your grip length, I mean, point to point, you're looking at right about 3 inches. If you drag it off to the edge, it's closer to 3.5. Like I said, my pinky does drape over. It's about a 3.5 finger knife for me. It still feels pretty good in hand. If it was just about a 1/4, 3/8 inch longer, it would be absolutely perfect for my hand. But it's not bad the way it is. The action is good for the size of the blade. Like I said, it's not coming out. It's not flying out. Nothing like that. Nothing crazy. But just remember, it's a small blade. The detent doesn't have to be very strong. Now, jimping is pretty good. The jimping is actually pretty good for, like I said, it's a black wash blade, so it's not as iffy as a coated blade. It's grabbing my finger pretty darn good. My thumb there, it's grabbing it. It's doing what it's supposed to. But let's get you some size comparisons real quick. See, I mean, it's smaller than the bug out. Definitely on the small side, more of that, you know, dressy, gentlemanly style knife. That's kind of how I see it. And then obviously the PM2 is going to be much larger, for sure. Titanium and carbon fiber. It's a lighter knife. I mean, it's got a little bit of weight to it. What do we got there? 62 grams or 2.2 ounces, like I said. It's not heavy, not big, not beefy by any means. Regular pocket definitely tucks out of there pretty darn well. Let's see how it works in that fifth pocket. This one's kind of a shallow fifth pocket. So yeah, it doesn't quite, in the deepest part of that pocket, it doesn't quite bottom out. So I don't know if I'd necessarily call it a fifth pocket knife. It would work for sure, but it hides in there. Out of the pocket, got an okay pop. I mean, you can see that's pretty much how far it lifts out. It does the job. We'll put it that way. Now, this is this is probably what's going to get a lot of people. It's a WE knife. So 20 CV, carbon fiber, titanium. Yeah, coming in at right around $240. So that's probably going to be a sticking point with a few people, which I totally get. I'm not arguing with you. For a smaller knife, absolutely. So overall, fit and finish on point. Like I said, I have really never had WE Civivi Sencut. You go right down the line. I've really never had an issue. Action, you know, call it what you want to. I don't think the detent is too bad, just because if it was any stronger, I don't know. I mean, it could be. Yes, it could be a little bit stronger. You can fail it, but a nice, easy flip. It comes right out. No issues. So you make the call there if it's right for you or not. And the biggest one is ergonomics for me. Not bad. Like I said, that point does kind of get me right in the middle of my pinky finger. I can feel it. It's not bad. It's just, if it was about 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch longer, it'd be perfect for my grip anyway. The pocket clip, I can feel it a little bit up here, not really here. It's kind of hitting that crease. Really nice. So overall, not a bad little knife. You know, there's a couple little things with it, you know, that some folks might have an issue with, like the detent, you know, size. Of course, those of you with larger hands, this might be a little bit small, too small of a knife for you. Sure, I get that. But overall, it's not a bad knife. 50% on that 1/2 inch wire rope. That's, for what it is, I think that's fairly acceptable. It's acceptable to me anyway. Obviously, it's not meant to be that beefy work knife to be doing that type of stuff. If that's more of the Zesty that we also got, the Ironfly Zesty, that's more a beefy work style knife that did exactly what it was supposed to do, clean through that 1/2 inch wire rope, or well, natural fiber rope. Sorry, I throw wire rope in there sometimes because we do use wire ropes and it just comes out. So anyway, thanks a lot for stopping by and checking out the WE Knife Smooth Sentinel with me. I greatly, greatly appreciate every single one of you that do. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Like, subscribe, leave me that comment. You know I love talking to you. Until next time, I'll talk to you later, guys. Bye-bye.